This feels like this is a conference. Like we're gonna.
We're gonna.
Like,
this
really
is our
deep
intervention.
shit.
Everyone sit forward and cross your fingers like that.
We're gay.
Let's all sign at once.
We're gay. This feels like some guy's gonna kiss another guy and then accidentally rat him out to the entire Roman police, ending in him getting stabbed in the back.
Why? You remember the Romans, right?
Judas.
You remember the Romans, right? They were very gay.
No way. Get your feet off the table.
Get
your clippers away!
Welcome, listeners. How's it going? Welcome to the podcast. This is a beautiful show where we will talk about whatever we want, whenever we want, however we want. What?
What do you
want?
I just said.
We are antagonizing
So
you today on
Each round we will have one judge as the host and a few competitors. And whoever brings the most interesting, intriguing, succulent, and as the kids say, based story shall be crowned the winner and the judge of next episode. Yes, this does take heavy inspiration from the much more popular podcast, Distractable by Markiplier.
And Bob.
And Bob. And
Wade.
Wow.
And Rip Bob.
Not Wade.
No.
But regardless,
Oh, yeah.
this is our podcast. These are our experiences. This is Gay Mers.
Gamer.
He's sort of like a robot.
I am the host of this episode, the one with the blanket. My name is Ashtyn.
He's sleepy.
And today I am joined by Maddie, guest star Max, guest star Haley.
No, she's a part of the podcast.
I was here for the first
You were here for the first episode.
Listen, I'm the only
Alright,
real
guest star
adult
Max.
here who lives
Alright,
far away and works
fine,
all the
you don't get
time.
to be guest star then.
Fine.
Ashley and Phil.
And Wally.
Hi.
And Wally's not in the room.
Well,
we
he's
might-
he's loud enough.
You will
to be.
absolutely
have
hear
a-
Wally.
Yeah, we might have a dog running in and out.
He's a big nuisance.
It's part of the audio
okay.
experience.
He's
And
a
before
ruckus.
we get started with today's topic, how's it going?
Pretty
Pretty
solid.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I've been dying sick, but not like dying sick, like sick enough to be inconvenienced and where my throat hurts and like there's phlegm, but like nothing beyond that. Like I haven't had a fever or like sensitive skin or like muscle soreness, and it's just like the inconvenient kind of sick. It's awful.
So a head cold.
I got a blood blister yesterday.
You did.
I saw that on your
You
Snapchat.
sent
How'd that-
pictures of it.
How'd that happen? You
How
said
did
you
that
dropped
happen?
totes.
So, with my job, you know, we
Walmart.
drive those carts around.
Europe.
While he's eating a basket.
Hmm.
At your mouth.
When we
Hello, Wally.
load them up, we grab
Wally
we
is
grab
here.
them from like up high and in stacks.
Don't.
At max like 8. I was setting some down onto a cart, but like
What are you
there was
eating?
already one
Cat
slot I was putting it in, so I pinched my skin.
Pause
Ooh.
while he's eating
Oh,
the
yeah.
fish.
Wally's eating a cat toy.
Sit
I
your
once
butt
also did that. I
Sit
once. Well, not
No,
that.
stop right away. Sit down.
I got a blood blister once on my pointer finger because I was using a pallet jack at work the one time I was at Woodman's, and because I was working with someone, I was trying to work fast and efficient, and then I so the pallet jack handle has like 3 settings. There's like you're holding it, and then it's like open to where you can move the pallet jack freely, and then you snap it down so you can actually lift up the pallet. And I had to lift up a pallet, so with my hand in there, I snapped it down, and my finger got caught right in the handle in the sharp corner,
Oh no.
and that left a blood blister that stayed for like 3 weeks.
Long
Have
story
you-
short, that's why I have a hook hand.
Have you ever gotten a box cut from one of the flaps like under your nail?
No.
I got that multiple times because
Oh
I
my
had
God.
long nails often
Oh,
when I was
I
working,
get-
so I could
I know what you're
slice up
talking
the
about.
plastic.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And but the flaps from like Mountain Dew 24 packs would slide right under my nails and give me box
I know
cuts
what
under
you're
my nails.
talking
I get
about.
cardboard cuts from folding pizza boxes at work because we have to
Ooh.
like
I can-
mass-produce pizza boxes for
Yeah.
the back, and it's just.
I
hands-
occasionally cut my
so hard.
fingers because I have to empty out the ticket stations at the arcade
Oh,
that I
yeah.
work at, and because the ticket stations automatically shred every ticket when
Yeah.
they go in, when you're because that's how it counts. It counts and then
Yeah.
it shreds and then it puts it in like a bag. Actually, we have 2 bags that they go into. So then sometimes you can either cut your finger on the shredded tickets or you can cut your finger on the ticket shredder. So you need to make sure that you don't do that because the latter hurts us significantly more.
Ouch.
I cut my finger on a soup lid.
We love
Oh, no.
we love injuring
that
ourselves.
happen?
At the
I was just. We have like to-go soup things, so it's like the thing, and then it has like a plastic. I think I was just grabbing one, and it just like sliced up my finger. I'm like, this is so.
I grow up my nails a lot, so they're really long most of the time. And sometimes when they're broken, if I like hit my hand on something or move my hand wrong, I'll slice my own finger open on my own nail.
I cut into my acrylic the other day with a sharp knife cutting tomatoes.
Ooh, yeah, I've done that where I just sliced my nail off cutting something. Ooh.
Because I don't
Sharp
cut it.
knife.
I don't cut it like with my knuckles. I'll just grab it.
Yeah, for me it was my thumbnail, because I'm never confident enough to just grip it.
I can't.
Just grip it. My fingers are too rounded. I can't use my
can't
bones.
keep them like this. Like, I can never.
I know.
Ah, Joey.
Oh, we have a
Joey
lady
is
guest.
here.
Joey.
I guess he's part of the podcast.
Is that like the
What?
Nightmare Before Christmas
Yeah.
thing or something?
Yeah.
At the doorbell?
He's the only one that rings it.
Our other one is Futurama, played entirely on that big. What is that? Big bells, the big pipes in the.
Oh,
Beam,
yeah,
beam,
tube chimes.
beam, beam. Yeah, the other one is the Futurama theme on that.
Oh, this is just covered in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when
He
things
was
go in
trying to
dogs'
eat
mouths.
My mom gave him the big ball and he just started ripping up the fuzz off of it.
Oh,
my God.
So
jeez.
instantly just put it back.
Yes, Wally sounded exactly like that.
He can.
Well, my day's been pretty okay from what I recall. I mean, I didn't sleep at all last night, but I did take a nap, so I'm not going to be
naps.
completely tired. So,
Why didn't you sleep last night?
late night call, and then I just didn't get sleepy for a long time. And then by the time that it was, I was afraid that I was not going to have any time to do anything in the day.
No, that's fair.
I went to bed at like 6 a.m.
Yeah. Well, by the time that I got sleepy, it was like 8.
I was
So I'm
playing
like,
FNAF. I worked at FNAF. Sorry. I had the night shift.
night shift.
We went to bed at a prime like
With the night shift at the Riv.
8:39.
There's no night shift at the Riv. It closes at
What were
2
you
a.m.
doing?
I was just sitting.
It closes at 2 a.m.
I was watching someone play
It's
Minecraft.
a bar.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's a bar.
I
Well,
keep
the
forgetting
kitchen-
there's a bar.
The kitchen closes at 9 on weekdays, and on
Okay.
weekends it closes at 10, and then the bar closes at 10.
I honestly
You can
continue
come
to...
sit over here.
Yeah, you can sit.
You're not in frame. We're
Yeah.
podcasting.
We are doing an episode.
Not the pickle chips.
How are you doing today?
It's our new host.
How's Joey today?
How's Joe? Joey News. Yes.
Sound healthy, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
How are
He's
you?
in his prime.
Joey and his.
We just turned 21 recently, both of us.
Oh, yeah.
I
Joey's
feel
actually
that.
just
I concur.
Listeners, upon that, I was born yesterday. Yesterday was my 18th birthday. I'm now
He's legal!
18 years ago
I'm now an
yesterday,
adult.
we were blessed with
Phil gave
Jason
Yesterday.
Momoa 2.0.
Phil gave
Yeah,
birth
I
yesterday.
can't imagine how the 3 years that started 21 years ago, as of 2 days ago, would have gone
They were nice.
before I
It was
existed.
great. I had a good time.
Unfortunate time for the world.
I didn't
We
have
love
to
birth.
share anything.
2001. That
know
doesn't
what?
seem like a great time for the world.
Ooh, you're right.
Oh.
2 short months after that.
Stop.
Audio
nonsense.
listeners, they're referencing a bad event.
Definitely,
who died in that
definitely not George
You guys see that video?
Bush's.
Yup.
event.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like the whole
Lyle, Lyle, wake up!
Lyle, they hit the Pentagon.
You're the Pentagon!
Good.
No.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am the eldest grandchild, so I still get worshipped every birthday of mine. They're like,
Don't sit
oh,
on the pickled
my
chip.
card from our great-grandparents, they were like,
It's
our
warm in
first
here, you're fine.
21-year-old grandchild. Oh, wow, our
Yeah.
eldest great-grandchild. I was like, oh, yes, I
From the
know.
great grandparents, I also recently just got my $18 check for
Fortnite
my
card.
birthday.
I was gonna say
and
$18
I got
Fortnite
none.
card.
An adult. Wow.
Save it, invest it, I swear to God.
So true. Save money.
Please.
I was never told how to invest. I took consumer
School
econ.
School doesn't tell
I
you
No,
took
how to
no, no,
consumer
no.
invest your
econ.
money.
I paid attention, and he said you should invest.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is why
Ow!
you should invest.
Roth IRA. Start one as soon as you can. I'm mad that I haven't started one yet and that I don't have enough extra to start now. Because if you start, like, even 18 versus,
Yeah.
like, say 25, if you start investing at 18, you might just be able to hit over $1 million
Yeah.
if you start putting even just $100
Yeah,
into
we
it.
started.
Yeah.
How
so
do I
good.
how do I do that?
Go to your
through
bank.
Pepsi.
Your bank.
Yeah,
The bank.
it's a
Yeah.
bank
And
thing.
also, I'm poor. So how do I start putting
You
money
can-
into that?
Poor.
There's a
Yeah.
minimum
Shut
payment.
I have a little over 100 right now.
Oh
That's
my
not
Okay.
more
god,
than you.
cry about it.
There's a minimum
I have,
payment,
like, 60
yes.
bucks.
So if your income, like I think the minimum's like 100 a month or something similar,
Okay,
something
it's not
around
that
that. Not terrible.
That's-
But as long as you're putting away something for the future. Otherwise, I also have Acorns. That is stock market
Gavin has
based.
that too.
So
He has both of those.
You can
Yeah,
do-
but also Acorns lost Dad $300.
yeah, you know what? I
That's-
forgot about that money. I should probably pull
that's
that
kind
out.
of-
Actually,
That's kind of nuts.
I need that.
Wow.
Yeah, I would rather actually have invested in a Roth IRA than Acorns.
He's done both. He did both of them. Like he has both of them. It's weird.
But also, like in the winter months with show choir, so
Mhm.
I get paid like $60.
I did the same.
Back.
Show choir and part-time
That's
Pepsi.
Wally.
I know. It's devastating.
You're such a good dog.
Okay.
Oh, you're in the way.
Ashton, would you like to segui us into our
No,
topic?
you don't tell him to do it. He just has
Yeah,
to
you're not
do
the
it.
host.
Yeah, you're not the host.
Yeah,
Phil.
shut up.
I mean-
Phil.
Yeah, Phil. How about you take
Shut
it?
up,
God,
Jesus.
God.
I was the only one who tried to defend him, even though all I said I mean.
Yeah,
I wonder
that's funny.
why.
Genetic moment.
Hashtag when you're bound by blood or something.
Dirty blood shivers.
Wow, I can't tell what color it is.
It's
That's
pink.
pink.
You're
Cool.
Timmy Turner type
But I
beat.
have a butler hat for you.
Me turn.
Thank you.
Timmy Turner ass beat.
All the time.
Oh my god. Oh, please. Did you tell her we saw her, like, going to the Baby Gravy concert and she did not look at us?
Who?
Oh, yeah.
Me?
On
Yeah.
when I texted you, are you doing anything? On the day I was going to the Baby Gravy concert, we were going to your house to stop by to show you our Baby Gravy outfits, and then we saw you driving towards your work.
Phil honked
And
at
I
you.
honked at you and waved.
That's
and then,
what that was.
It was Phil.
I heard the honking and I said, damn, people be crazy.
Madison drivers.
I was like, gosh, calm down, you guys.
It was just Phil.
People
honking
these
at you.
days.
I was, oh man. I looked at all the cars around me. Some truck flew by me like shortly after you honked, so I thought it was him, and I was like, man, you.
That'd be a
crazy
weird
people.
honk for a truck. Like,
I know, it was
huge,
like this.
Big,
It was like, beep, 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 beep. It was so, it was hee hee. Mine goes,
Guys,
huge, big, like 6-wheel truck. You're expecting.
oh no, it was pretty crappy.
quick
But
question. What's funnier, a big truck having a tiny horn or a small car having a massive horn?
Small.
Big,
My
big truck.
Ford Fusion. The horn is broken. I have the most prime opportunity to replace it with a train horn.
You should.
I'm
Come on.
going to. They're on
so
eBay.
funny.
I'm gonna.
That-
My
alright.
horn's broken. When
That's
in
so
Rome,
funny.
like.
Whenever I hear eBay, I
Wally,
just think
Wally,
of that one
it's
scene.
okay, bud.
Whenever I hear eBay, I just think of that
bud.
one
You
scene
can
from the
push
first
him away.
Transformers movie where Optimus Prime just says the word eBay.
You
Yeah.
got me right in the face.
Because he's like, how did he find? Because Sam Witwicky's like, how did he find me? And he's like, eBay.
So, do you guys have
Speaking of
names for your
eBay.
stories? What?
Speaking of eBay.
Did you ever
Names.
say what our topic is?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, true.
No, you tried to introduce it. We all said go.
Yeah, and then we all made fun of you.
Yeah.
We love to make fun of Phil.
How dare you try to be the host when you're not the host?
If no
Yo,
one was
you
aware,
need to
today's
chill.
topic it was dreams and nightmares.
Audio listeners, we love you to death, but Phil is absolutely failing at a water bottle flip.
Don't
Making a
look.
lot of noise.
Come right next to the mic.
You're
Right
essentially
next-
just
Audio
kicking the mic
listeners.
stand every time you.
Audio
you're doing
listeners.
that.
Ashton's actually trying to get your show
Probably
on
cheating
the
Audio
on
way.
the
listeners.
audio so
Phil did
bad.
it.
Ashton, do go on.
If you listen to the first episode, we have a pause, and
Dreams
Phil
and
just
nightmares
goes,
could be
hold,
could
and
be
like
dream
the audio
feedback,
is
could be
bass
dreams you
boosted
searched
and
up on your
everything.
phone.
What?
What?
Could be nightmares you searched up on your phone.
Mine is searched. It's from the interwebs.
I don't know how well your words carried over with everybody talking.
Say it again.
Yeah, host.
Dreams and nightmares could be some of your own. Could be ones you found on the internet.
No, the interwebs.
The interwebs. You can
Uh,
steal someone's story, totally.
I
meaning
do that.
essentially.
I do that like every episode.
Wham.
Do we have names for all our stories today?
Piss.
I didn't come prepared.
All
I
right.
don't have a story.
Uh,
What are you talking about?
My
Um,
Wait,
Not yet,
we have an
not
order.
yet, not yet, not yet, not yet.
frig off. No one else is talking.
Do you have a title for your story?
That's stuck.
You guys are a bunch of stinklers.
Stuck or stuck?
Stuck.
The one that stunk. Pew.
Alrighty.
Joey?
I don't got anything. I just got.
We'll look
Wait.
something up.
Think of
It's the whole
something.
episode
Yeah,
of the
just do what you did first
podcast.
episode.
Wait.
This is
Okay,
the whole
I'll-
Can
episode.
I
Sorry,
change my
funny
title?
No.
What?
No.
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 Bones!
Bones?
No, take it with first
Ugh.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. I do have a name
Wally.
for mine. It's called The Animatronic Characters Do Get a Bit Quirky.
Oh boy.
FNAF.
A graphic novel.
A graphic.
Graphic novel.
It's just like it's like a flip book.
You flip it as fast as you can.
It's like the Captain
102
Underpants.
part series.
Oh yeah, the
And then
fliporama.
move- yeah,
and then
yeah,
you rip
yeah.
the page on accident because you're stupid.
You can like push
Yeah.
the dog away.
He's
Sure
a
you're
big guy.
strong
He'll
enough.
take
Yeah, but
it.
that's mean.
I like petting him.
Well, he's
You're
crazy.
like-
He's too much.
Yeah,
Every
but it's
time he
funny.
goes over.
Push him away.
Do you have a
I think
title?
we-
Yes.
I wonder how
He's
much
tough.
of the
I'm
audience
just
is just
writing
be
all the
panting.
titles down.
I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did
I'm
too.
waiting for you to type.
Yeah.
Type faster. Write
Audio,
mine down.
audio listeners, we love you to death. Well, Ashtyn is typing.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Who's our sponsor today?
Dun,
Oh,
dun,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Our
Just
sponsor
do
yesterday
it.
was
Today,
Fortnite.
could you apply for the sponsors for us? I don't want to do the work. You have to write a script.
Apply,
funny skit.
apply to
For
the
the
sponsors?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
To apply for sponsorships, you have to write a funny skit that is also an ad read.
Oh, easy.
Most sponsors
Easy.
That's
just give
really
you a script,
easy.
like
Really
Raid
have to
Shadow
record.
Legend.
Rage.
And
Yeah,
bad
but you
when
gotta,
we
you
get
gotta
sponsored.
prove that you're good enough first. We can do that. Anyone here like improv?
I mean,
Ooh.
I
Improv
am
style.
occasionally
Got it,
on.
improv.
I'm occasionally
Alright.
funny.
Alright, Haley.
Wally's eating.
Oh,
Faceless.
titles.
Stop it.
Faceless. Ooh.
Get him.
Oh my
Get
god,
him.
it's the creepypasta.
Due to dog, this is going to be one of our more
This
unorganized
is gonna be a very chaotic
podcasts.
episode. Like
Listen,
last
to
episode.
To be fair,
He's
we've
a
only
joy
had
to
one
be
not
here.
chaotic episode.
Yeah.
Max, do you have one?
Do you have a title?
Do you have a story?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have
What?
a title for said story?
Mm.
He's very new to the
Close the creepy
Car
window behind you.
crash.
Car crash.
Car crash.
You gotta say, you gotta say it exactly
Specifically
like that.
spelled out the
Car
way that he
crash.
said.
Car
Car.
In middle school, I was in enhanced literacy.
Ew.
And in middle school,
And then Joey.
I just think it's funny. The annihilation of, or the quirky.
I'll have you go last so you can.
It was a long title, forgive me.
Max.
Oh, that
I
was
was the
not
only one with an actual
you.
title. I was trying to think of like a
Goosebumps
Goosebumps title.
Oh god.
Audio listeners, I'm going to
Clever.
be filled to death.
I have bought me. Can I have that back? Hold on, watch out.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
There
are
we
we?
go. Thank you.
That's
I
so
have
rude.
Very good content. Alright.
We only make banger episodes here on the Gamers Podcast.
Alright.
You should have seen
Let's
last
see.
episode.
Let's have Ashley go first.
All right.
What was
So,
the title of yours again?
the animatronic characters do get a bit quirky at night.
Oh my god.
So this dream / nightmare, I would call it a nightmare, but I wasn't inherently scared of it in the same way. But it was definitely supposed to be horror themed. It's kind of like if you watch a movie that's supposed to be horror, but like they didn't have enough budget to really make it scary. So it's just kind of also halfway a comedy at the same time.
Like that. There was.
Blair Witch
Audio is
Actually,
thinking.
but yeah, I won't say it's a comedy, but it's supposed to be a nightmare, but it was more of a dream.
Yeah.
So, this happened back in, I'd say 2015, around the time that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 came out, because that's when I started getting into it more so, because I unfortunately did not get into FNAF right away for it being my entire personality. I didn't get into it around
we
the
should just have an
until
episode where we
until the time that FNAF 3 came around, which
That'd
would
be
be
so
like
mean.
2015, around February.
Fuck you.
So, around that time, I was watching a lot of FNAF content, and obviously that made it into my dreams. So this was a very funny and particular dream that I do remember quite a bit of. So the basic shtick is that I was going to work, which was really weird considering that I was not old enough to go to work.
Okay. Okay.
You
Detail
will
one.
clock in at the
So
pizzeria.
I did basically clock in at Freddy's, but like the really funny thing is because you never see like the actual pizzeria in the main games, all of my dream was from the perspective of the cameras essentially. So I was
was a
locked to a
camera.
third person perspective.
That's
Or
Oh
for,
my
Resident Evil,
god.
I was kind of
those.
stuck to that perspective
No,
for a
that's
lot of
not
the
true.
dream, but either way, huh?
Even in the office.
No, not in the office because obviously I might have been in the third person. I don't remember
fuck,
specifically
Phil?
because I actually do dream in the third person a lot.
That must be really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. I typically dream in the third person, which is kind of really
I can do
weird.
first
Drone
person.
view.
I'm sick of dreaming
Body
in
cam
first
view.
person.
It's
Yeah,
so boring.
motion sickness.
I
From,
can't breathe.
You have those
Yeah.
dreams where you like want to sprint, but you're just
I think it's
walking
because
you can't
I think it's because my
sprint.
brain wanted it to be more cinematic per se because that was also around the time that we got rumors of the FNAF movie coming out. So it's probably like a
true.
mixture of multiple assets.
Have you seen Willy's Wonderland
Phil,
with?
stop.
Yes, I have. I
It's
love that movie.
so
I showed it
good.
to my significant other
Yeah,
a couple
sure,
of
yeah.
weeks ago, and it was really
You look
funny.
like that one Futurama character.
It was so funny. We had a blast with it. But so the basic shtick is that I made it to the FNAF 1 office, but for some reason it also had the vents from FNAF 2. So I don't know how that worked.
You had the doors and the vents.
I had the doors
There were
and the
vents behind
vents.
the doors.
But it's really
the
weird.
vents in the doors. And
Which
the
is
doors
really
in the
weird
vents.
because
Vents.
the doors were still where they were, but the vents were like higher up, which didn't make sense
No.
because that's still where the hallway would be. But either way, that's where they were. And
Games of Name makes sense.
so I start off the night, and then like it starts off like as typical FNAF 1 style. I'd say it'd probably equate the difficulty akin to
What,
night 3.
Night
Foxy's running.
About night 3, Foxy's active,
Mangle's there,
Freddy's.
too.
No,
Fred-
what?
well,
No,
Mangle.
wrong game.
Actually,
no,
Mangle.
He said the vents are there.
So funny that you mentioned that. Mangle was there.
Ha!
What the fuck?
Mangle started off in the kitchen, which for some reason you could see. So
That makes sense.
yeah, so
She
Mangle
would be in the kitchen.
Mangle would be in the kitchen.
maybe.
Mangle's probably doing some weird shit, probably trying to seduce
freaky
the oven or
food.
some shit. But either way,
Okay.
the oven, the cold food. So it started off like a typical like FNAF 1, except Mangle's there for some reason, and I think specifically Chica was replaced with Toy Chica,
That's
which
better.
is kind of weird.
Okay.
But
She's hot,
you
we
know,
all
everything
want.
starts off normally, and then
The dream.
so then about like I think like really early in the night, probably what would have been like 2 a.m. the power goes out, so everything goes by lights now. But obviously this is a combination of Freddy doesn't actually come immediately. It just turns into like this weird.
Clip that.
No, Freddy Fazbear doesn't come. I sure hope he doesn't.
Oh my god.
So, it
Damn
doesn't
it.
start off like how you would expect the power to go out. Instead, it turns into
Yeah.
like this weird dark version of the game where you have to use the flashlight from FNAF 2 in the
Okay.
doorways and at the vents.
That makes sense.
Which I'm really surprised that we haven't gotten like a dark FNAF game like
That'd be
that
dope.
since FNAF 4.
That'd be dope.
So, I guess my brain probably predated the FNAF 4 thing.
I kind
Um,
of They kind of stole it from my
called it.
dreams. So
You
Yeah.
called it.
I'm kind
And-
of
Sue.
And specifically, it was really weird because for some reason the doors didn't go up because obviously that's where the vent was. So they came from like the whatever the wall was further behind you. So they slammed sideways.
That's so gross.
Yeah,
Did
it's
the
really
doors
weird.
open up in the first game?
Yeah, they
Yeah, they
they
go
open.
up.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's really weird, but
So
I'm
it
kind of
goes
surprised that Scott
sideways.
never tried to do it. But we kind of just assume that's a power safe, so that way if the power goes out while you're in there, you're not trapped. But at the same time, that's the opposite of what you want to happen in the game.
Sure, yeah.
But at the same time, so that's what happens is that the power goes out, and now you're controlling it like a dark version of FNAF 1 with events, and
Holy hell.
I guess it's really weird because this was supposed to be a nightmare, but I wasn't scared because obviously like,
You're,
I was
like, living your
overtly
dream.
confident.
Yeah.
I was overly confident in my abilities, and oh wait, no, this was like more so towards when we got trailer like teasers of
Three.
the characters for FNAF 4, but we didn't get the bedroom yet.
Yeah.
Michael.
So I do. Michael, don't leave me here. So.
Michael, don't leave me here.
So for some
episode
reason, my
watched by
brain
Michael F.
liked to copy
Brought to you
paste
by-
like direct imagery from those trailers. Like I was able to look down the hall, similar to how you can in FNAF VR specifically.
But Foxy runs after you. if you do
Foxy
that.
runs after you.
It's a little
He
goofy.
didn't do that. Well,
I
yeah.
know.
Goofy little guy.
Prey drive.
But it was just like a very chaotic FNAF.
You just look into the crotch
game.
and like Bonnie, you're just like, oh,
Remember-
shit.
No. You look down the hallway and it's just a PNG of one of the FNAF trailers.
Yeah, basically that's what it was. Because like when you look down the hallway, it was just
Okay.
dark, and it was basically just the PNG from the trailers,
That's
except
so
you
cool.
were able to see the whole body. It just had the lighting,
That's goofy.
which it was really weird because I imagined that Nightmare Bonnie, his legs would be completely bare for some reason. Like it was
It's like
just
a
Endo. Like it was just Endo from like
What the fuck?
the hips down for some
That
reason.
made me picture
Yeah.
Like he has no
the
pants.
Nightmare Bonnie top half and then just man.
Yeah,
legs.
like hair
Oh,
and
like
man
man legs.
legs.
Oh no, not man legs.
Chowder
Like
episode.
Walter White.
Yeah,
Chowder
yeah,
Man.
yeah.
But yeah, it was just
Oh, no.
essentially the whole entire gist of this dream was that it was like a very surreal, like FNAF fan game on like steroids. But then the weird thing happens is that it goes to 6 a.m.
Yep.
and then like for some reason customers come flooding into the building immediately. All the lights turn back on and everything's back to normal.
It's party
And it has like
time,
an over the
baby.
top,
It's
yeah,
6 a.m.
literally, it turned into a pizza party. It was the wildest thing. And for some reason, the animatronic characters,
Gotta love
they
quirky.
they already were quirky at night. But now they're quirky during the day as well because we're just completely retconning that they cannot walk around during the day in FNAF 1. Where now they're
they
all just
can?
like they're just hanging around, they're vibing. And then I specifically remember talking to
So I
Freddy.
was standing
I
there.
literally
right, the
talked to
security
Freddy in the
guard
dream.
screaming
He
at
talked
me.
back to you?
And-
Like, you had a long
Yeah,
conversation
I had
with Freddy?
I had
You
an
were around the
entire
water cooler?
conversation with Freddy, and I remembered his voice. It wasn't like the low voice that you would expect, but it was more of like a
Was it the security breach voice?
No, it was
Oh.
more. It was more like it was kind of. It's kind of similar to if you guys remember the Cut Showtime thing from FNAF VR,
Yeah,
where it kind of sounds
yeah.
more like a show host. That's what Freddy sounded like for some
That
reason.
makes sense.
And like I kept talking to him, and I was like, "Why do you guys like do that?" And I was like, "Well, you know, that's just how it is." And I was like, "Yeah, but why is it like that?"
It is
And I was just
what
trying
it
to.
is.
I was
It
very
is what it
desperately
is.
trying to ask Freddy why he likes to attack and also why all the
Bro.
locations were combined. And he's like, "I don't know. That's just how it is."
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Don't
Sorry.
ask me. I'm in your brain.
I don't know, man.
And then-
I'm an animatronic.
And then I also specifically remember Bonnie didn't have an electric guitar; he had an acoustic guitar for some reason, but it was still red. It was like it was still like
Acoustic
a
cover.
What
red.
the fuck?
It was still like a red
That's
blazing
funny.
guitar,
That'd be
but it was
funny as hell.
acoustic for some reason.
He's chilling.
Bonnie
Got a bandana
finding
on.
a way home.
Yeah, for real.
Coming
dude.
to-
Yes.
So
They're just country now.
I remember Bonnie had like a very
Country
thick
bears.
southern accent for some reason. Very, if you remember like Jasper T. Giles from Chuck E.
Yeah.
Cheese, it's
Yeah. Oh my god.
like basically a direct parallel to that.
That's
The
weird.
country bears.
The
So
country
yeah, Bonnie was
guy.
country for some reason, and like I said,
Like a
Chica was
dog, I
replaced
think.
by Toy Chica, but for some reason when they became day again, she was just replaced back to normal Chica.
Oh, it's like a werewolf, like Fiona.
Yeah. Oh yeah, obviously.
Like
Like Fiona from Shrek 1.
Or she's like
Or
she's a
withered
robot,
Chica.
right? She mecha's down.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Wither Chica.
She
Side
becomes
tangent.
hot at night,
Sexy
like-
mode.
Slight side
Sexy
tangent. I had an
mode at
entire
night.
conversation talking about like the logistics of how Wither Chica had to be broken for her arms to be stuck outwards like that. It was a very funny conversation I had once, but back to the dream. It was back to day. We were all partying, and then I remember Foxy looking directly at me, and he said, "Wake up," and then I did.
That's fucking terrifying.
He's
No.
like, "Hey,
Big
wake,
old jaw.
wake up!" And then I was like, "Okay, I'm awake." Also, was I supposed to be scared of that? Like,
It
I
was your
remember
mother's voice.
I was sweating in the
Which
dream.
mother?
I mean, I woke up in a like sweaty, but I wasn't like in a sweat. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
was
hate
like,
waking up like that. Oh.
Why? What? So I tried drawing down this idea for The Office, and
I
obviously
have to make this.
this was like 2015, so I wasn't a god drawer like I am now, and it was
You
just
should try
awful.
it now. You should
I could try drawing it
That would
now.
be funny.
That'd be funny, but yeah, that's more or less my story of the animatronics. They got quirky at night.
And hot at
They
night,
did
I
in fact
guess.
get quirky.
She got pretty quick.
Yeah.
You got very quirky.
Alright, let's...
I rate that
Clap.
story at 16 popcorn bags out of 14 popcorn bags.
I know.
Alright.
I love
Everyone just one clap, and the whole room clapped.
The whole room did
Joey,
not
did you
clap.
clap?
Ashtyn didn't clap. Joey didn't clap.
Ooh.
I clapped 3 seconds afterwards.
You idiot.
It was buffered.
He was
I had
loading.
to put
He
my
was
phone
loading.
down.
He was just
Alright.
loading.
Let's do.
Your mom.
Doing your
Do
mom.
basket
Doing
at
your
home?
mom.
Yeah.
Doing your
Okay.
mom.
Just making
Let's do
sure.
Haley's next.
With your
Faces.
mother.
So basically, the main premise is that I can't see faces in my dreams, like
That's
almost
great.
at all.
It's like
And-
inside.
Oh.
And it's sometimes it is just like what you're probably imagining, where it's just kind of like blurred out. Most of the time, I'm either like really short or it's
Powerpuff Girls.
not like
Tom
Yeah,
and
you
Jerry,
can't
Tom
see
and
their
Jerry,
face,
everything's
yeah.
cut off.
You can't see
not
their
always in a
faces.
comic way, but just kind of like people who are like, if he's slightly taller than me, it's as if
Yeah,
I
come
can't
on.
look up at his face, right? I'm just stuck looking like
It's
just
you're wearing
below
a
his
hat,
face.
like wearing a
Yeah.
brimmed hat.
Right, and
It's
then
like,
you know,
okay.
and you know, or sometimes people's height is drastic, you know, or
Intimidating,
exaggerated,
or-
so I can't like, you know, I just can't see them. And there are very few times that I
Feel
can see
small in
people's
your dreams.
faces. Well, sometimes it's also just like that convenient movie type stuff where like I'm looking around, but like everyone else is looking around and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, occasionally I can't see people's faces, and there's the one that stands out.
If the microphone did not pick up on that, my mom from 2 rooms away said, "Damn, Wally, did you fart?"
Should that be the title of the episode?
Damn, well,
That was so country.
he
Wally
probably
go
has to go
outside?
outside.
I would let Wally out of
Okay.
sight.
Oh, don't come over here.
Don't
Go!
bring that stinky boy over
Wally,
here.
get
let's
out
go
of here.
Let's go.
Hi.
Outside!
Wait, Wally.
Oh no! Did he just do
no,
the thing?
No, I think it's still connected.
But
Continue.
the few times that I can see people's faces, it's usually when I'm lucid dreaming or like, you know, if it's someone that I'm thinking about like a lot. You know, like when I have a crush on someone, you know, or whatever, or they mean a lot. But there's this one time in particular, your story reminded me of this dream specifically. Otherwise, I didn't have like a story before.
There was
No,
Freddy.
Freddy
no,
Fazbear.
no. The one he said, "Wake up." So
Have you heard of
it's me and this girl I've never met, and we're basically on like a movie set. It's like down a street, but all the buildings are just cardboard, thin cardboard, and all the buildings are really short too. So I'm walking around and I see this girl, and then we start walking together, and she starts like trying to tell me about this city and what the rules are and da da da. And I look over and I say, "You know, you're just a figment of my imagination." But I wake up saying, "Of my
Oh my
imagination."
god.
And I just have to sit there and think, because as I get pulled back into consciousness, my mouth is moving and sound is coming out, and I heard someone say "of my imagination,"
That's scary.
and of course I'm the only person in the room. Max can confirm I've sleep talked. Ironically enough, today I was going over some really old notes on my phone, and I wrote down one night when I was in France, I was rooming with a girl, Sydney. She said that I said in my sleep, I said one thing, and then I said like, "Madame, that is so creepy."
Oh my
And
god.
like she wouldn't stop telling me about it the next morning. But yeah, otherwise I've also woken up telling people to run around at like as if like I'm having bartending dreams.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, "Go up that guy over there, go up," you know. And I'll wake up and I'm like, "The guy at the end of the bar." Like,
Oh my god.
yeah. Otherwise, yeah. So my dreams are really freaky all the way around. That's personal experience. That ain't no Reddit stuff, but I should probably put that on Reddit.
Oh my god, yeah. Gavin
They're gonna make
Gavin
fun
loves
of you.
to talk in his sleep. He likes to tell me he doesn't talk in his sleep, but Lord knows he's not awake to like call every night on Discord. And a couple nights ago, it was like dead silent. I think I was like playing a video game, and all I hear coming from is the snake underwear lock. And I was so fucking. I was gonna ask him about it the next day, but he probably would not
It was
recall.
in the game, obviously.
I guess
Clearly,
Secret.
snake underwear lock.
The snake underwear lock. I'm like, cool.
A handful
This
of
is
months
so
ago,
great.
when I sleep talked at his house, I said, "Whose house is this?"
Hi, whose house is this? I was like so confused. It was the first time I heard you sleep. I was like,
Mine?
It's scary. It's scary.
And then she's just like, it was literally like, no.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't words, and I was like, okay. And
Yeah.
I asked you, do you sleep talk? And then you said, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
Like
gibberish,
upset,
and
and
you're
then
like,
you just went
I
back.
don't know. Like it's gibberish, and then you hear like some words, and then it's gibberish again. Like it's really weird. So goofy. My favorite dreams are when I wake up crying. It's
Oh,
so
God.
cool. I had that the other. I'm not gonna talk about this one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be a little teaser.
It's a little traumatic, but I like woke
Ugh.
up sobbing, and then I had to go to Phil's birthday party.
That was very funny.
It was that day. I was like, oh, cool. And I was just like so out of it the
Did
whole
you get
day.
enough sleep last night?
No.
I fucking asked you that. Like, you good?
Yeah, it wasn't that. I got sleep, but it wasn't
It's
fun.
the good kind.
No, it's very traumatic.
The bad sleep.
Alright, Phil, how about we do your story next?
The forever sleep.
All right. I have. Why'd
What
you
is
say
it called?
like that?
Because it's
But-
funny.
One
My
that
story
stuck.
was the one that stuck. First,
Stunk.
I'll like mention like I've had for a while.
Here he comes.
It hasn't been a thing for a couple of years, but I used to get like really bad psychological nightmares. Like it wasn't like a nightmare, like an actual dream. And sometimes it was even like when I was awake, where suddenly like my fingers would feel swollen and I could hear my heartbeat really loud in my ears and nothing but my heartbeat, and it caused like really bad anxiety.
Are you sure
Like, I
you don't
started
just
breathing
have
really
like
fast.
chronic high
No,
blood pressure
no.
or something?
Are you sure you didn't have...
Phil, that sounds like heart
No,
problems.
every time I picture it, I can like there's an image like of a hand really close to my face, or
Ooh.
just really big fingers.
Sorry, that was
It was
Like
me.
reaching for me.
Sometimes
The image is really cursed, like really realistic thumbs from Spy Kids.
Oh
if
my
you've ever
God.
seen
Oh
that.
my God.
Phil, do you have
It's-
sleep paralysis demons?
That might
That
have
might
been
change my
it.
story.
But
You
it was,
don't
it was
you
rough.
dare tell that
Oh my
one.
god.
But the one I was trying to talk about was stop it. But was a really specific nightmare that I had a couple times. It's the first nightmare I remember from when I was a very little child, where like I don't remember much, but I do remember it was raining blood outside. I was
Jesus
in this
Christ.
house. Outside of the window there was just a dragon for some reason, like a really realistic dragon just looking in the side
Oh
windows
my
that are covered up by
God.
curtains right now. It was huge and malicious, and killing everyone else in the village. But I wasn't allowed to leave the house, and I was scared, so obviously I went to check my family, and Haley was nowhere to be seen. She was outside
She
in the
was
rain
the
on the
dragon.
streets screaming. I
Fair,
remember
fair.
her screams, and then
Oh.
I checked my parents' room, and they were just skeletons. They were bones with a little bit of meat on. As I grew a little older, the dream added detail because this was recurring.
Oh my God.
This was one that stuck, but it was they were just skeletons dead. And in one instance of the dream, there was something looming over them, like having just killed them. And then that was only one time. That never happened again.
It was me.
I haven't had that dream in a couple of years, but it was scarring. Oh my god. Like, it's the one nightmare I've actually, like, thought about a lot outside of dreaming. Otherwise, I usually forget most of my dreams. But,
So,
yeah.
do you also have an uncanny fear of dark windows?
Yes.
Those are
Why do
terrifying.
we have that fear? What happened to us as children?
I don't
Because
know.
I have my childhood nightmares were always about these dark windows, and I'd close all the curtains in all my dreams or hide from the windows.
maybe-
You hide from the windows.
Maybe playing Black Ops 2 Zombies as a very young child
Probably.
had some
Good
negative
point.
effects because for a couple of years I could not have my curtains open at night
No.
because like
No.
even with the street lamp on, I was expecting a horde a horde of really realistic zombies to come like running towards my window and shatter it and like murder me,
To be fair,
it's fair.
I think having a fear of dark windows is kind of common because I also used to have a fear of dark windows, which was not helped by Five Nights at Freddy's having dark windows.
You ever think about the premise of the Uncanny Valley?
I've never heard
Oh,
of it.
I think I
Yeah.
know what you're gonna get at.
It's like, what's your name?
Because it's like
That
You
means
should
that there's an
probably make
implication.
sure the mic can hear you.
Because
because like most people have a fear of something that looks human but like isn't.
Titans.
so what
I've
were you
heard about
afraid
that.
of?
What were we afraid of?
Probably Neanderthals.
Yeah.
We have
the
some
thing
sort
we
of primal instinct to be terrified of things that look like us.
They talked about undistractable, like the whole Sasquatch thing started out as like a fear response to something, like some big scary monster that's kind of humanoid, and there were things that lived alongside humans. The Gigantolopithecus, I'm pretty sure.
That's just
It's an arc, which is literally just
giant
a big,
orangutan.
like, yeah.
Didn't
No, not that.
What?
They
were-
it
they were
looks like a
giant.
Sasquatch.
It was a giant orangutan.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
wait, you know
it was.
what?
It stood upright. It was as tall as whatever. Blah blah blah. But it was a giant orangutan.
Oh yeah, giant.
Might be
Giant.
right.
Yeah, giant. Yeah, it's a giant orangutan.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was
Like it had
orange.
this. It was probably the closest thing to it, right? Skull
Yeah.
shape wise. But no, it was a giant gorilla. It was a giant old Sasquatch.
Which did we have a reason to be afraid of that?
They're probably
Yeah,
hostile.
it could probably fucking clubber you. We've got monkey strength.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
true.
also
I mean,
thinking-
I would in fact be afraid of a gorilla that was in front of me.
Are you sure they're just friends?
Shaq's gorilla story.
Oh my god.
Fucking, like,
I love Shaq's gorilla story.
We should do an episode where we're just talking caveman and monkey speak.
Oh,
Yeah, like
God.
Tarzan.
And it's entirely
Jingles,
captions.
Tarzan.
The whole thing
Yeah.
is just captions.
You have to watch the actual episode. You can't listen to it on Spotify.
Audio listeners.
No, you can. It just won't make sense.
It's called
Yeah.
Going Ape.
Yeah.
Ape out.
Going ape.
Whoa.
Audio listeners, we love you to death, but
alright.
You gotta say like fucked up things like in the captions of just what
How's
we
your
said
mother
in monkey.
doing?
Alright.
Alright.
Max.
Oh.
Get off your
why are you
switch.
spinning
No, I can
next
tell
to
my
the
story
ca-
about playing Switch.
next to the mic?
Ken?
Yeah.
Can you?
My story wasn't even a good story anyways because I didn't know it had to be like
Carly's phone is
stories.
dying.
Oh,
Do the thing. Do
Mine
the
was
thing.
kind of rambling.
What
Hold on.
thing? My phone? My thing?
No,
Like
we
right?
spam her on Life 360.
Turn the volume all the way up.
Well,
Oh.
they spam her on Life 360.
I stopped doing it.
I don't.
That noise is just so gross.
It really is.
Okay, that is all.
Okay, my whole story is called Car Crash, and it's just about
I didn't
dreams,
need to
right?
know that.
Yes.
She's
Every time I die in my dreams, you know,
Not in real
you
life.
wake up and you're like,
yeah.
oh, it's a car crash. It's car related.
It's always
Every
fun.
single
So I
time?
must have some driving anxiety, right? So like I guess
To
I
be
could
fair,
just
your car is
really bad. I've always had a really
very
bad car.
dangerous.
But yeah. So like I'm just gonna tell us a few of those dreams of
Go
like
ahead.
how I died in a car crash. They're all really cool, usually. Like it's a cool environment. It's like always like a weird Mario Kart level. Like we're in like it's always like way too turny over a bunch of water or something.
Yeah.
You know, not a real road. But then you go off and you know the first time I had it, I went off the road. It was like some weird bridge over some water, and I just had enough time to remember to be like, oh,
Okay.
I'm not gonna survive this or whatever. As the car sank,
Oh my god.
it was fun, right?
Hmm.
But another one, the most recent one, I guess.
Cool.
I don't have many. Phil's got the spicy chips. Crunch into the mic.
Barbecue.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no, he did that last time.
They don't even have a mic cover.
Mic cover. It's gonna get crumbs in the mic.
Ugh.
Lick the mic. No, the last card related death dream I had was I like just couldn't turn or something, and I went off a cliff, like over a cliff, and I remember just it was a really cool view, just like and it was like beautiful. It was like a cartoon, like you hear the eagle or the crow sound effect. It was like a stream, and then I was just
Is it like
Going
that
down
one scene
over
in the
trees.
Simpsons movie?
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Let me grab the map. Oh. Ah!
Exactly that.
Every time I have a dream where I'm like driving, I always have a dream that my brakes don't fully work. Like I'll
Ew.
press as hard as I can, but my car will just
I've never driven
Every
in my
fucking
dreams.
time. I had it last night. Like, I would press on my
I
brakes
also
and it would just...
don't drive in my dreams. I usually end up using some sort of public transport that I don't actually have access to.
I
I
used to
can
teleport.
only
Peter
run.
copter.
I can only run.
I just teleport in my dreams.
Like,
The
I-
rental bus.
I don't
Either
move.
I actually literally
Drop it.
usually get like shitty scene transitions in mine, like white
That's
face
so weird. That's so weird.
Yes,
or
Phil?
fade.
No, sometimes in some of my dreams, I remember one specifically. I was trying to look at a Skylander list.
Oh,
Like
man.
new Skylanders just dropped. I was
So
trying to
many
look at the
Skylanders.
poster, and I was trying really hard to open my eyes. I couldn't open my eyes because in the
Yeah.
dream, the only way I could open my eyes is by raising my eyebrows high enough.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to rub my eyes to get out of a dream. I have to rub my eyes, and then
Oh.
Oh my
like
god.
it's
Raise
so
my eyebrows.
No,
Right.
I
Gross.
only have to do that if I'm in like the transition between awake and asleep.
No, if I'm like,
Does anyone else dream about trying to check a notification on your phone, but it
My
you
phones are
can't
never in my
like
dreams.
read it
No.
because you don't know what it is, so you're
No.
trying to look at it, but it just isn't.
What are you doing?
My
I
phone
have-
never pops up in my
I
dreams
have,
because
like,
they're all
dreams.
stuck in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
I have like dreams that like I'm blind, like not
Yeah.
even like fully blind. Like I'll like try to see, and like I just.
Have you ever had one where your
It's so-
eyes are like stitched or gunked shut?
No,
That's
Those are
awful.
terrible.
I
My
can
eyes
see
will open,
spots, but not
like
much.
I have to like keep blinking. Like every time I blink, it's just
Yeah.
like it's so weird. Like I just want to see in my dreams, and I'll be trying to see and then run at the same time.
I think that's why I never use a Minecraft pumpkin for Enderman.
Yeah, I
That's
Satan.
what it
hate
feels
that.
like. That's what it feels like.
I hate that
It's
so
like so
much.
horrible. But I had one dream where I was like, it's like the car thing related. I
Mhm.
was working at night. I guess the rib was open at night, and we also sold cakes.
Ooh, yeah.
We don't sell cakes.
We
You
make
should.
we make pies here.
We like an actual like birthday cake, and like we delivered it, and like they were like all mad because like a little piece of the frosting was fucked up. I'm like, I'm not getting you a new cake, fuck you. And like we had to drive. I think you were there. You were in the passenger seat, and we were gonna drive back to the rib, but I didn't know where it was, and I kept trying to pull up Google Maps, and it would put me in like Wyoming. I'm like, okay, we're not even in Wyoming. And then-
Laramie, Wyoming.
Ooh.
yeah, and then my brakes just kept working. It like didn't work, and it was snowy. I'm like, we're gonna crash. And
In
then I-
Wyoming.
And we're in Wyoming.
We're in
and-
We're gonna die in
Wyoming.
Ohio.
I'm like, cool. And then I like woke up. I'm like, I hate working for the rest of my life. I never
That
wanna
reminded
do
me
work.
of something, but it's gone now.
Okay, that's sad.
Thinking about it, I do have a really early car anxiety dream. It was in like a big old van that my family used to have, and I was in the passenger seat, like a kid, right? Like this is a child dream, and freaking parent 1 or 2 either got out of the driver's seat, and then the car was like moving still.
Mm.
But I remember I was steering the car as it was like rolling uphill. It was just following the
How
road
does
like it was
go
automated.
uphill, bro?
Right. But I had to steer it with the volume knob.
Oh
So I was like, oh man.
Imagine that's how you
geez.
drove.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
remember being like, oh god.
The volume
That'd be
like
terrible.
the
The
radio
music
get louder.
blaring and like getting quiet.
Oh, the mind of a little
You accidentally
kid.
just like
So
fucking falls off of it and it goes all the way up.
Or like you press it and you're like, oh shit, what the fuck did I do? Like
That
your
has
car
the
turns
same
off.
energy
Reverses.
as when I was picking you up from the middle
Everything's
school one
mixed
time,
matched. Nothing worked right.
and the
Reverb.
blinker, like I
Oh.
would turn the blinker on, and then I turned and the blinker turned off, and then I put the blinker on again, and you were like, why didn't you just leave the blinker on? I'm like, it turns off automatically.
Oh yeah.
Same energy.
But also off of Maddie's story, I remembered what that made me remember. Max had said, "No, we don't serve cakes, we serve pies here," and that made me remember on the baby gravy trip. This was really recently. This was like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
I realized that pizzas are in fact
It's
pies.
a pizza pie.
Like I know it's a
Yeah.
pizza
Pizza
pie,
pie.
but it literally
Yeah.
has
It
crust,
is a
like a
pie.
pie crust.
It's just a
Yeah.
tomato
like
pie.
you can make it in a
Sauce,
pie
cheese,
tin.
that's what they
It's
call pizza
literally
pie. Meat pies,
just
too.
a pie.
A deep
You
dish
learned this
pizza
from
is a
Baby
pie
Gravy?
pie.
No, I just realized it. Like it just came to me.
Phil.
Like
I
Like
don't
you
It's
knew
understand.
it,
It's
but it
a
didn't really
pie.
set in until.
But-
It came
Chicken pot pie.
I said it first.
yummy.
Pie too.
It is
It's a
pretty
hot meat pie.
Hot
meat
meat
pie.
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 Same thing
Pies
as a
aren't
pizza.
only desserts.
We should make like pot pies.
No.
Pie day?
That would be so.
Man.
So
Sorry, I was
amazing.
just.
Oh, on
I
Pie
know,
Day.
I was like,
Right, 3.14. You
That'd
could
be
just have a bunch
fun.
of chicken pot pie,
3.14,
pizza.
We should do that at work.
Actual pies.
3, 5, 8, 9, 7,
Some-
9, 3,
like
2,
the other
3,
day,
8, 4,
someone,
6,
like-
2, 6, 4, 3, 3, 8, 3, 2, 7, 9, 5, 0, 2, 8, 8, 4, 1, 7, 9, 8. That's all I know.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Good job.
That was. See, how am I supposed
We're gonna
to
drop a
compete
mixtape.
with that?
I know. The day you got that calzone from work, the day I
Oh, yeah.
called out of work just to hang
P-zone.
out with you guys, that night I had a dream that I got fired because I showed up to work on a day I called out. I'm like,
Oh.
cool.
You were not
Cool.
scheduled for these
Like,
hours.
she's like, no, I called out. Like, I was supposed to work,
Oh.
but I had someone take my shift, and she's like, did you show up to work yesterday? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you're fired. I'm like, why? She's like,
You're
you showed up to
fired.
work on a day you called out. I'm like, okay. And, like, one of the, line cooks who's fired now, he, like, came up to me, he's like, haha, imagine. I'm like, you're also fired. Why are you, like,
why are you here? Why are you here?
You are actually fired in real life.
Imagine that.
Why?
I'm imagining you right now.
Yeah. It was weird.
Who's that?
Alright.
Who other
Joey,
story?
do you have a story?
Yeah, you haven't said.
I haven't said
Joey
my
Faltone.
story I found
Say-
offline.
Say piss.
Okay.
Tell us about.
I
Piss.
don't. I
A
really,
pee story. I love these.
hey yo.
Are you into piss, Max?
No.
Okay,
no.
I took this off website because Carly's here.
Off website.
Because I'm unoriginal.
Go ahead, Carly.
So,
Carly met that dog.
Probably not.
Oh my god.
in this dream, I was sitting on a couch watching an episode of Bob's Burgers. Suddenly, I get an urge to piss. I think to myself, should I piss or should I wait? Everyone does that. Being the lazy fuck I am, I chose to wait. Several episodes of Bob's Burgers reviewed until I get the urge to piss again. Because the lazy fuck I am, I didn't. So there I am, holding my piss, not knowing if I have to pee in my dream or real life. I get up in the dream, vitally with the... I'm not gonna read this part. He just goes piss.
Oh.
I'm not gonna read this part.
I don't wanna read it. Now hungry, after he pissed, I stroll over to the fridge. I open its magnificent doors with my eyes glittering and my face smiling as I encounter its glorious cold. Only to be encountered by a miniature Vladimir Putin and unaccountable bottles of vodka. He yells something in Russian that I don't understand. Pissed off, he jumps out of the fridge and starts shoving bottles of vodka in my ass.
Oh
my
god.
So I woke
Oh,
up
God.
covered in piss, laughing, confused, questioning my sexuality and maturity. It was about 8:30 a.m. I was late for work.
Oh god.
Covered.
Covered in
Gotta
piss.
figure that out.
Audio listeners,
Carly's here.
Hi, Carly.
Carly has arrived.
Woo! Do you have a dream story? Or a
Yeah,
It's
nightmare
a nice
story?
episode if you want to participate.
What's your live stream?
You don't have to participate.
So many dreams
Perfect.
that are just weird.
Your dreams are terrifyingly vivid.
Oh yes. Wait, let me.
Shall
Give
I
me a
add?
second.
Yeah,
I just can't remember
But yeah,
mine.
you title it.
When I'm
apparently.
there, they're pretty in depth.
and then once you get out of it, you're just
Yep,
like, I
it
can't.
fades pretty quick 'cause it's some bonkers stuff, I tell you.
I wish you could like
So many
record.
plot lines. Keep
I know,
Yeah.
literally.
Okay,
So I
can
started
it
with
be,
in
like,
Skyrim.
a nightmare?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
today's.
It was like
Yeah.
a weird nightmare.
Most
That's
of
like
these are
how we
nightmares.
started.
Mine was just a big bummer.
Okay.
Nightmares.
I'm just gonna
He's not winning this episode.
Hey, it's my first bucket.
And you're last.
And you're last.
Can I tell like two short ones?
Yeah.
You've potted your last cast.
You potted your last pot.
Oh, I heard that.
I can't.
Wally.
Actually,
Polly the dog. His name's Wally West, by the way.
Ollie.
Flash.
Wow. That's so cool.
It's more or less the FNAF one up.
What's
There
my
was a
turn?
specific team that
Okay,
had the
so
bones.
I
My
have
dream kitchen.
for context the weirdest and most vivid dreams. So like it kind of bounces everywhere, and I every single night have wildly vivid dreams.
Oh, don't draw attention to it. Let's try to
So-
unplug the cords.
This one was like kind of like a nightmare.
You write them down too? Oh my god, I
fright
do that too. I write them down all the time.
No, I text them to Phil usually. And then Phil's just like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's great." So this one's like a nightmare. So I was like in my house, and something was like in my house, and I never saw it, but I knew it was like a snake demon with like the body of a human, but like a snake head.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, me and my friends have talked about that exact like horror demon thing. It's,
Actually,
like, yeah, like just a man within it's like a writhing snake
So
head.
creepy.
Because like a writhing snake is just so freaky. Imagine that just
That's just
Why is
that's
on
that
just
an
such a
an
enemy
enemy from
man.
Dark Souls.
It's like
Yeah, this
Halfway towards
was
you. Ugh,
similar,
no
like right
thanks.
after I sort of
That
watched
is
a playthrough of Dark
disturbing.
Souls. So like those things in
Yeah, we said Friday Snake
Sense
Game
Fortress,
before
yeah.
as well. Mm.
It was similar to that, except the snake was green for some reason.
Green snake. The green
Yeah.
mamba is the most.
And also at the same time, this man was like trying to kidnap me and shove me in my basement.
Wasn't
My
this a couple
basement.
days after we watched Sahara?
No, this was definitely before we watched Sahara because we watched
Okay.
Sahara recently.
Yeah.
But this also this guy was trying to kidnap me and like shove me in my basement that was like filthy and like hellish. But it was my basement.
He just made it really dirty.
Yeah.
Put some cobwebs all over it.
And the fact that it was in my house scared me a little bit extra because it wasn't like my house. Because like in dreams when you're in a place it's usually like distorted, right? No, this was like perfectly my house. Which is like extra creepy, right?
That is weird.
And there were like these two little girls with me too, like that looked like littler versions of me that I had to help escape the snake demon.
What the
There's
fuck?
the responsibility,
Yeah,
stress
so-
level to it. Then.
Yeah. So I was in charge of
Can't let the
getting these
younglings
two
die.
girls out. And
That's instinctual.
we got out through a window in my mom's bedroom, which if you haven't been to my house, my mom's bedroom window opens onto the porch. So we like climbed out, like bust the screen out, put the screen back because like I'm not letting my cats out, God.
There's a snake man in there.
Exactly.
Sorry,
So we got out through there, and then the other man, not the snake man, the man, started like chasing us, and he was creepy. He was like covered in like dark brown hair and like just looked grungy.
It's the monkey! The monkey! It's the monkey.
I feel like I missed so much.
Yeah.
Like
I have to watch the episode.
and sort of at first he looked like an older brunette version of Parker Hooper, which was weird and also terrifying because
Yeah, that would be gross.
right? We ran all the way into town, and by the whole time this guy was like shifting his appearance, and by the time we got into town, he looked similar to me. So like I was being chased.
Nightmare. Oh, nightmare,
I know.
nightmare,
I was being chased by.
He's so scary.
Do I need to bring the Vine boom sound back in?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
We have to get like one of those sound decks with just sound effects that can play at any time.
Yeah.
But
More noise.
anyways, so we ran all the way from my house into town, which is like several miles.
Yeah.
So far. And then he kept getting closer to us, and I was like, okay, these two little girls, they can just
You
run.
stay
They run, and I was like, okay, I'll fight him off. But I fought him. Okay, I fought him, and I killed him, which was scary. Phil, I swear to God. But I fought, and I killed this guy, but I was seriously hurt. But the cops made me go to school.
What?
Listen here, you still need to.
And
You don't want truancy tickets.
No
bro.
excuse.
I don't know. And everything at the school was just weird. It was too big, and all the people were acting weird. Like, if you were in 2 feet of them, their eyes just went boom to you. Like, they didn't, like, follow you or anything, but, like, if you were near them, they were watching you.
But there's,
and-
there's another anxiety thing in your dream. I don't know why I'm trying to break them down, but yeah.
He's
Well-
analyzing.
The doctor is in.
But then I went through the school day, just all being creepy, and I got home and I saw my cat Gracie outside pawing at the door,
Oh.
but she was wearing a different color and it was wrong, and I just
Snake man changed your color.
Oh my
You're my
god.
cat now.
and I looked at her and I'm like, this isn't right, and then she like changed and she was like an evil fairy that almost killed me.
Oh god.
And then my mom and I tried to find the snake demon, but it had already eaten my sister,
Oh.
and
Oh,
we
no.
couldn't find it, so we went to bed.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a problem.
And then in my
Lock the door, it's fine.
in my dream, I dreamed that it was in the floors and we found it and it ate me.
Okay.
It's like I died in a dream,
Wow.
which was weird. And
You had a
There's, like-
perception, you dreamed within your dream.
there was another dream I had in the same night that was also very vivid. I didn't even describe it fully to you because it was
This is because you're a writer.
It was
Like,
really
this is
bad.
only because you're a writer. Like,
Probably.
you have the most vivid dreams.
Honestly.
This is why she's a writer.
So basically, there was this
Push him over.
demon girl, and that she was summoned into a family. This wasn't my family. This part I was watching like third person. She was summoned into a family, and she needed like human blood to live. So like think like a vampire monster thing, but not quite a vampire. Like she had to kill the people. She couldn't just drink their blood.
Like Lady Bubaleska.
Demopresque.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Lady Demopresque.
And like I watched in my dream, I like watched her grow up a little bit and just keep killing people.
Okay.
And like there was this one scene where she like it was weird because it was like the kitty corner to my grandma's house, and I watched her like chase down a woman and rip her head off and like eat her face. I was just like, what?
Carly?
I have weird dreams.
Were you exposed?
No, the girl that was summoned. And then it like time skipped a few years down the line, and she had like conned me and my friends into helping her kill people somehow. And I was like, I don't really want to do this. And she's like, but you have to. And I'm like,
We're friends. You'd help me.
Yeah.
and she like took us into this really old house, and like it was weird because like the walls were all like vivid, creepy Renaissance-esque paintings
Okay.
that had like random spots of blood that dripped on them.
Oh, she's a
And
vampire.
she like brought me and my group of friends down into her basement, and there was like just a random girl tied there, and she's like, you're gonna kill this girl. And I'm like, I am not. And she's like, then I'm gonna kill you. And I'm like, okay, bye. And then I ran to my grandma's house, and then she killed my grandma, and it was weird.
Oh,
Saw that coming
Jesus.
a mile away.
That plotline started. It sounded like sorority house.
Sorority house.
Sorority house.
Kinda did.
It's just Marcus Larson haunts my nightmares.
Yeah. And
It's sad because I'll have to censor that too if I want proper name censorship.
Richard Basket.
We have a bit that can't be let in on.
pissing is over.
So, yeah, I have no idea if that matched the vibes of everyone else's story. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
that's probably the best book for
You just have to watch the episode to figure out
So
what
true.
we're talking about.
Probably.
Watch
Wally, Wally,
Wally, what is your story?
Come here.
Riveting.
Shut up.
Yeah, he was breathing and then he just right his mic was in his face. What?
Card.
Oh, he'll be fine. He won't be fine. Step off of the cord. Thank you.
You should get him.
No. That's fine.
Are you sure, Phil?
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's still connected.
You have a phone call? From who? Who is? Oh, Ashtyn's
Hello,
dad.
father.
Put a finger.
Oh, that feels.
This is literally the moment in Monster House. Have you ever seen Monster House?
Have you not seen
Chowder-
Monster House?
When Chowder's talking to his dad on the phone.
Haley?
Like, yeah, whatever.
Do you have Animal Crossing?
Closes it.
Did you know that
It's kinda like Stardew
Monster
Valley.
House
You
takes
would
place
absolutely love
in
it.
Wisconsin?
My Switch
Do you know
is,
that Monster House
Animal
takes place in
Crossing themed.
Wisconsin?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it does.
You're poor though.
Yeah.
Kill
Yeah.
us all.
That's not nice.
It's just Max looking at himself.
That's why.
in the
That's why
reflection.
whenever
Alright.
I stay the night, and it's just me and Wally. You
Joey!
come home and all the curtains are closed.
Joey! Joester!
It's okay.
Jojo's Bizarre
No,
Adventure.
alright.
Make up one.
We'll make
JoJo Season 5. Netflix original.
Huh?
You want soda food?
They
Number
really should have.
15.
I don't
I wish
have
they
any.
released.
You
I
have
really wish that
dreams?
they
You have
released.
dreams?
I don't
Are you
have.
who just doesn't?
It doesn't matter.
I have a dream, but it's like
I have a
boring
dream.
and short.
Tell it.
Well, what's that?
Okay. It was in the animation style of Little Bear.
Okay.
It was
I need to look this up.
a grandpa and a granddaughter talking to each other. A fox decided to turn the grandpa into a graham cracker dog. When the fox looked back, they were playing cards.
That's
That's the
so
entire.
fucking.
Have you been reading Aesop's Fables? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
that's literally- I feel like this should mean
This was
something.
when I was like 5.
does that have a motive?
How do you remember dreams when you were 5?
Maybe not 5.
Why? Why?
That's
Put the water
literally-
out.
in this animation?
Yes.
Alarm anybody? Or I just found a shiny Meryl in Pokemon Scarlet. Just
Also, listeners, look up Little Bear. It's the first image. That is the animation style.
Oh my god. Look at this.
Oh, that's scary.
Oh, I
He
love
just
Little
stands
Bear.
there. No.
That's like
You
the
slide
only
on
dream
this
that I
thing.
remember for no reason.
Motherfucker.
That's
I
wild.
love Little
Fair
Bear.
enough. I have some weird dreams that I remember for some reason.
Do you just have a deep
Like-
emotional connection?
Like I had
Yes.
this one dream when I was like
Probably.
in 4th grade about like Bigfoot trying to kick my family out of our house.
Ugh.
You guys didn't pay your rent.
Yeah.
He's a landlord.
It wasn't even my house. We were living in my aunt's house at the time because we were like in between houses as we were moving.
It's gonna be a great audio.
Gonna have a lot of editing to do though.
That'll be fine.
Alright. Before we finish, I have a couple
Yeah.
of dreams.
Oh, host of ours.
So, when I was a kid,
I
these
cut the
always
barrel.
You want to turn the microphone?
Oh yeah.
So
mention.
These are always when I'm a kid. Nothing happens these days. When I was a kid, I used to have very vivid dreams. One of them, I was watching TV with my dad, with like
Love your dad.
a ghost hunting show, and it got to the part where it was like showing them off, quote unquote, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And there was four creatures. They're all blobs. I don't know why. One was
Okay.
pink,
Okay.
one was green, one was blue, and one was yellow.
The Pac-Man ghost.
That's what I was gonna say. It's just back
Blinky,
then.
Blinky, Ricky, and Don.
All of them a very
You're mixing it up with the show.
Yeah.
Don't
even.
you said the
Shut up.
fucking done.
All of them.
Wait, there's one more, Mom. Last little baby was a different size, with big teeth and a tail.
Oh my God.
You didn't look anything like the rest. What am I doing in a Trinidad nest? That's
Oh my God.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's Jim Henson Company. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Oh, weird.
That's
Anyways,
Anyway,
continue.
so all four of them ate very specific things.
Okay.
What? I think the yellow one ate kids.
Oh.
As one
the-
typically does.
The pink one ate like plastic toys,
Okay.
and I don't remember the other two.
Recycled plastic.
Eventually, at the
Fuck
end of
that
the
shit.
dream, they popped out of the TV.
Oh no! Did they eat
Like
you?
the
No,
ring.
they ate my dad.
But he wasn't a kid. He wasn't a kid.
Did he
though.
crawl back into the TV?
No,
Came
I
out,
think
ate
the
your
dream
dad,
ended.
and then died.
It was just so traumatic. Watching. What was it like? The Blob? Like it didn't have a face, or did
No,
have
it
a
looked
face?
like
Grimer.
it had the face of
Jim Henson.
the.
No. That's scary.
What was the name of the show that had the song that went like, "There's a party in my tummy"?
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Gabba?
They had Yo Gabba Gabba
They had
face.
the face.
Yo Gabba
They had the
Gabba
face of the
episode?
orange guy
Yeah.
with the one eye.
Muno.
No. Oh
But
no.
anything
red.
below that was like a slug.
Okay.
It was just a Yo Gabba Gabba episode.
Yeah.
They just muckified the entirety of Yo
Yeah.
Gabba Gabba.
One of the suits
And then
melted.
8 kids and Ashtyn's
My
dad.
dog.
And Ashtyn's dad.
Which color
for some
ate
reason.
Ashtyn's?
Which color did you eat your dad?
I don't
Was it
remember.
all of them?
It was the olive coat.
It's-
Roby?
No, no.
Alright,
Roby
and
ate
then
your dad.
another dream. I don't remember most of it, but at the very end,
A Candy Crush saga.
I'm watching an ad to speed up my time in my singing monsters.
I was with an unnamed friend because I forgot the name of.
Yeah, forgot.
The house started on fire.
True.
I died.
You're like Gabba.
Did you respawn?
Did you respawn? Or did you just wake up?
And then, with this being like my prime interest in Sonic,
Yes.
Okay.
fucking Super Sonic came down from the
Save
heavens.
you?
Super Sonic.
And then they both just stared at my body.
Oh,
Well, I can't put that back together.
that's no good.
It did a camera pan away from it.
Man, yeah, he's dead.
Ash should just record, film Sonic.
Zero.
Ash should just
Dead.
film
Ow,
Sonic
you-
3 in his little brain. He just made the third movie.
That's how Ashtyn died.
That's no good.
Better luck next time.
And then just fades out.
You were out of rings.
No.
Has anyone ever? Do you remember the last time you had sleep paralysis?
I never had.
I've never had sleep paralysis.
Yes,
I'm so
it was
fucking
the
terrified of
thumb
sleep
thing.
paralysis.
Oh man, I do. Can I tell my story?
He has the.
Sure.
scariest-
I've only had it once.
I've never had sleep paralysis.
It was I was just sleeping on my side, and I woke up, but like you know sleep paralysis.
You can't move.
Your eyes open, you can't move, and I knew with sleep paralysis that this was thankfully, and I woke up and it was just like I was right next to the edge of my bed, and at the edge of my bed it was like just two hands.
No.
And have you guys
No.
seen Smiling Friends?
No.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Mr. Boss from Smiling Friends.
Oh.
That big of a head, but with a really big smile, and he was just right at the
no.
edge of my bed, and he was like just grinning, and like the head was essentially, like in Venom when he's like base boosting, and he's getting a CAT scan and his face, it was like that. He was just shaking and moving really fast, and he had a big smile, and all I could think was, this is really scary. This is scary. I don't like this. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't move, and it didn't go away. It just faded away. It was just like, and then it was real world.
Man's just despawned.
Same like red lights I had on.
That's your problem. You fell asleep with the red
It
lights
was
on.
no good.
Oh my god. I'm so.
Oh, it was just right into my face too, because it was just like off the bed.
I'm so.
The
anxious to
hands
get
over the
sleep
bed
Yeah,
is the
when you-
worst part.
And smiling.
I had sleep paralysis. What are you doing, Phil? Stop. I had sleep paralysis one time, and it was just like kind of a shadow man, just like sitting at the edge of my bed, and his hand was like hovering like an inch above my leg, and he was just like, and you could see like vague details of his face. Like most of it was just like pure black, like shadow, but then like vivid human eyes, right? And like it didn't have a big smile, but it had like a slightly wider than average. It wasn't like full like big teeth. It was like a
Just
like a slight,
Big dimples.
yeah.
Maybe.
And then like for some reason his hand was in vivid detail, and I don't know why, because it was just like an inch above my leg.
Yeah. The
'Cause-
threat.
And I was just like, like I didn't have a thought like, oh, this is scary. I just was like,
Mr. Mime.
help.
Oh my god.
I've never had.
That's
sleep-
who it was. It was Mr. Mime.
I've never had sleep paralysis, but I've had like the akin experience
It
of
makes
when
you
you're
so
extremely tired, but you wake up in the middle of the night. So then you just kind of hallucinate in your room for a little bit, and
Yeah.
you see shit when it's really just like something else. But there's the one unexplained time where I swore that something, cause like I was a little kid. I woke up, I went to the bathroom, I came back to my room, and I was terrified of my plush hammock, because it had like one of those hammocks that you put like your stuffed animals in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I,
I had one
I
of
put it
those.
back up recently, but I was terrified of it because I swore I saw something just like creepily hiding amongst the toys in there.
Oh, dislike,
And I'm like,
dislike.
I'm gonna go to sleep. You stop that.
She's like, I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
sleep. You stay there.
Stay.
Don't do anything.
Yeah,
Good
that
boy,
was kind
good
of
boy.
the akin experience. I like how you move it right when I finish what I was talking about. What are
Is it weird that whenever
on
I
your
did
phone?
have sleep paralysis, like nothing happened? It was just sleep paralysis, no demons,
That's
no smiling,
No friends?
No smiling friend faces.
Are you? I mean,
count yourself lucky, I guess.
so you just woke up and you couldn't move?
Yeah.
New best friends.
No besties.
How long did that last?
No trauma, besties.
That just
no.
sounds like paralysis.
Ashton, have you ever considered
You
a
gonna look doctor
stroke?
lately, bud? Concerned.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Or like yesterday when I was driving the car, I smelled something really weird,
Burnt toast?
You're having a stroke.
You good, Ashton?
and like
Ashton
had
had a
a
stroke.
mild headache.
Uh-oh.
Ashton had a
Oh
stroke.
god,
Ashton
he's
had a
dying!
Sometimes I
You
just
know
can't
what?
move. My
I'm
nose
dying
bleeds.
to
Burnt
hear
toast.
scores.
I wake up in the hospital.
Yes.
All right, we'll go in order of last to first. Joey,
Okay. Wow. Okay, that makes sense.
you gain some points for reminding me about Little Bear,
Aw.
and for the graham cracker dog.
Have you
Leaving-
seen Fido?
Very nostalgic story, thank you.
Leaving you at 3 points.
Woo!
Oh.
There's no one above 10.
Oh.
Just so.
Okay.
Wow.
You're not giving
Oh,
me
you
points.
gave
Very
you gave a
disappointing.
limited
Funny
point.
points.
Storytelling.
You're supposed to give points for funny things also.
Well, it's arbitrary depending on who the
Are you
host
the judge?
is.
I mean, excuse me.
Okay, are you ever gonna be a judge? No, shut the
I'm
fuck up.
a guest, so maybe you should treat me like
Shut
that.
the fuck up.
Well, quite the hospitality.
You You
I don't know,
gained
some of the
point.
matches
You
are
gained a
attitude.
point for something funny. I forgot.
Thank you.
what
yeah.
it was at the
Thank you.
beginning. You lost a point
Oh.
because you did the dream thing right after that. It's like the do.
He said he was gonna take points away for Dream.
And then you gained 4 points for
Piss.
Vladimir Putin.
I got 4 points from Vladimir.
From a story that wasn't even heard.
From Big
Vladimir
Vladdy?
Putin cursing in Russian,
Mm.
leaving you with
Okay.
4 points.
Ooh, let's go.
Let's go.
Who's next? Max.
You?
We're just going in a circle.
You got a point for something reminding me about something at the beginning.
You should I write down the reason. I write down the
You got a
reason why
point.
you get points. I would write down why you got points.
I feel like I would get sidetracked very easily, or go silent.
I wrote down why.
Right, version.
You got a point for having car anxiety because I have that too. And then
Can I have one for
the rest of the points for for having your dreams be Mario Kart tracks.
That is true.
That's such a W.
Specifically, which Mario Kart track does it, which Mario Kart game does the track design remind you of most?
It was really flat.
SNES.
Yeah.
It's probably SNES then.
64 was not flat.
64, yeah, 64.
What's
had
that one
depth.
with that's in the west with the train track?
Oh, Mario Desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Coco Mountain?
That's a really flat one. That's a Mario Kart 8 now if you have the DLC.
How many points did he get?
Plugging Nintendo.
Go into the... What?
Go sponsor the
Nintendo.
episode.
Go into the fucking
What
train
did I
hill.
say it was?
What are you doing?
Playing...
Is this
I
copyright
hope-
music?
Yeah,
This is copyright
because while
music,
the...
Phil?
Phil,
here's
stop.
the thing
Phil, you
about-
made a mistake.
Phil,
Phil, stop.
Phil,
Turn off. Phil.
I want to tell
Alexa,
you
turn off
something
the
very
music.
important about this is that while the copyright for the the composition for it is dead, the versions that you may play very much maybe, because they themselves can
He's
be
really
copyrighted.
playing
Phil, careful,
copyright
Phil.
music right now.
Don't do it,
Let's
Phil.
be
You're gonna ruin the
very
whole
careful.
shabagle for us. Phil, we gotta talk over the music.
Alexa, stop.
Freddy
Okay.
Fazbear.
I just wanted to play the Freddy Fazbear part.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
I knew those.
All right, Carly.
Okay,
I couldn't
Okay.
even hear it. I just knew I should yell.
I have Max. You had 5 points.
Snap to reality.
Snap
Carly,
back to reality.
you got 2 points for reminding me about Sen Fortress. You lost 2 points for reminding me about Sen's Fortress. You gained some points for making me think that your grandma was the one ripping someone's head off.
It's good imagery.
And then you gain more points for the grandma actually killing someone. I'm pretty sure at the end.
No, the grandma got killed.
Died. Oh.
Yeah.
Her head got ripped off.
5 points for Grandma dying.
Rip grandma. Have you guys ever seen that
Oh,
video?
Yeah.
Oh, and you lost a point for.
I said this. I said.
But it was during your story.
I came
so.
up. It's funny.
Objectively.
Alright, so that leaves you at 7 points.
Ooh, solid.
That is very good for coming in the last 10 minutes.
It was surprisingly related to the exact topics we were talking about. It was pretty
You're right on
startling.
Haley.
Yup.
Not
Cool.
I don't-
Cool.
I honestly
Haley.
forgot why I gave you points. You ended up with 7.
I
Let's
forgot
go!
why I did.
That's
I
why
don't
I
remember
write
your
them
story.
down.
Because I don't sleep good.
Supposed you
Because
were.
my brain's crazy.
I'm learning from my mistakes.
Yeah, you
I'm
need to write
learning.
down.
I'm learning.
You need to write down why. Like the last one
I'll
I hosted,
take
I gave 3 points for just mentioning you, like straight up. Oh, I'm taking
hot
tub.
Take
I'm
points
a-
away. Take points away.
I'm
No.
an inexperienced host. Please forgive me.
No,
I
You're not
forgive you.
forgiven.
Me and my
Please, no,
7 points forgive you.
you're not forgiven.
My
Joey,
7
you're
points
hiding
of
from the camera.
greatness.
You can come back and
What's up, Joey?
Sit.
You can lay down if you want to.
Sit.
You'll be
Sit.
out of
Lay
camera
down.
if you're laying down.
Lay
Lay down,
down.
buddy.
Sit your turbo looking ass down.
Joey, you were in the way.
Fuck
Fuck
In
that.
the way, Joey.
Into it.
In the way.
That's Wally's middle name. Where is Wally? I should go check him.
Wally in the
He's
way
on the
west.
couch.
Yeah.
He's just
In the
chilling out.
living
Good.
Really in the way.
He's finally calmed down.
Wally into Wiki Wiki Wild Wild West.
Wow, wow, wow.
You have to
West.
say it like that the
Desperado.
whole time.
Oh my god.
He's a rough rider.
Who
I
else?
don't want
Phil?
none. What are
You
those?
gain
Run in
some
the game.
points for Blood Rain because I think Blood Rain is cool.
The blood mist cloud.
Blood right now.
What did I miss?
A lot.
Just watch the
You'll have
episode.
Welcome to the
You have
recap.
to watch the episode.
Next
Listen
week
to
on
the
Gamers.
episode.
That's 7
And
points.
not
you
coming
gain,
out this
you gain
week.
points for Dragon Outside.
Oh.
Do you
Fair.
remember
Dragon
the specific
outside.
design of the dragon?
It was realistic.
Was it the
had
bad
a,
dragon?
Like, giant orange eye.
Was it a bad
Okay. Realistic,
Game
it
of
does not
Thrones.
help.
Kind of
That just
smoggy.
means
It
the
was-
scales look high definition.
It looked like
yeah,
the regular.
it was like brown with a giant
dragon.
orange eye that was just watching in these dark windows.
The brown.
And
bricks.
all I remember was the face of it, because that's all that was seen in the
Well,
windows.
you will
It
not
was
like
huge.
you will not like the glitched attraction in one of the
Oh
one
my
of the
God.
games. Fucking Nightmare Fredbear is right up in the fucking window. You will hate it. You would fucking hate it.
Oh my god, yeah, that's specific. The first
It's
room,
so
and that
fucking
would be your
terrifying with
nightmare.
him, Yeah.
Alright, leaving you at 8.
Actually.
This is rigged.
Okay.
Ashley, you gain points for
Why are our feet next to the
a
mic?
based remix of FNAF 1 gameplay. I gave you a point for drawing the thing.
I did
saw.
draw it. I drew the office.
pretty
so,
good.
yeah.
It's pretty
Can I
dope.
see it? I didn't see it.
Show it to the
hold on.
camera. Show
I
it to
gotta
the
turn.
camera.
I gotta turn it sideways.
For audio
so that
listeners,
way-
fuck you.
Audio
No, we
listeners,
love you.
fuck you.
We love you. No, we love you.
Yeah, this is what it looked like.
Show it to the camera.
I will.
Where's the cupcake? Oh, there I see. Is that
Yeah.
it?
What?
Okay, is this the cupcake?
Which one?
Copyright.
It's not copyrighted if
Copyright.
I'm singing it.
Copyright.
No, that's like the wrap. That's like
You-
the bundle
you
of
screwed
napkins.
us over, man.
I
There wasn't a
screwed us.
cupcake.
Yep.
Because
It
the
was
whole entire side.
PewDiePie poorly
The
played
side
some
thing was
Legion
replaced with
on
the
his
TV.
recording.
He played
That
it.
shit was so good. Oh my
Audio
god.
listeners, fuck you, but this is what it looks like. It's basically just the FNAF 1 location. Oh, that's Ross.
That's the raw
Ross
dog.
Mega!
What?
This literal like shit.
Yeah, there it is. Basically.
Oh, that's
FNAF
my
1
social security card.
Yeah, this is Ross. This is Ross Nega.
Oopsie,
That's
it's my
my-
bank info.
Yeah, that's my credit card
Yeah, I see the
information.
room. Oh yeah, I thought I showed it to you. I thought you were the first.
All
person
right.
to show
Not
it.
on.
It was me.
Alright, you gained a point for Mangle in FNAF 1 because I like Mangle.
Mango's awesome.
Fair.
The mango.
Oh, why did
My
you
mango
like
You gained a
that?
point for Toy Chica.
Awesome.
You're.
Arbitrary
Should be
points.
more. Should be more, but it's okay. We just don't agree on some things.
And you got 10 points for
Oh.
hosting.
The last episode about roller coasters and water slides. That should come out soon.
That will be coming out soon.
Oh wait, it will be out. Will be out by the time this episode is.
And then you got points for
Just
the
some-
end where you just hung out with the animatronics.
Yeah, I did have like an entire full-length conversation with Freddie. And he talked like talked like a game show host.
No points for the fast semen.
Whoa.
Don't
No,
I
say-
missed
I
that
never
part. What?
Don't say the word.
I didn't say fast semen. I just said Freddie didn't come right away because
Oh,
the
that-
Freddie
power went
come?
out.
that.
Not right away, though. Not right
Because
away.
to fill you in, basically the power went out, and then like instead of like having Freddy come to the door immediately,
Freddie came.
it just continued like normal gameplay. And I said, "Well, Freddy didn't come yet," and then everybody's like, "Whoa, Freddy!"
Freddie, did you
No, you said
what?
Freddie
Yeah.
didn't come immediately.
Oh yeah, Freddy didn't come immediately.
It's like, wow, that's good.
It
That,
took
that
him a
was
while.
also, that was also
I hope so.
that was also
It
a
took him a
contributor to the points.
Wow.
leaving you at 9,
Wow.
It's pretty awesome.
making you the winner of today's episode.
Yippee!
And the
How do you feel?
You gotta smell
How do
the
I
big
feel?
old
I
foot.
feel accomplished.
Second
feel,
episode hosting.
Yeah, I'll be the first repeat host.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I feel very, very accomplished, and I feel fairly and very.
For Will Ferrell.
Oh.
Will Ferrell.
But yeah, I'll make sure to give you guys a good theme next time, and instead of the kind of crappy one I kind of corner you guys. did
That
last
will
time.
be out by the
We had a
time this
good
episode is
It was
up.
a good conversation.
We
It
hope.
ended up being
The
better
theme
than
will
what
be-
we
It
thought
was
it would be.
weird. It was
Coral
just like,
Reefs.
I don't know if I like. I don't know if I like doing it over Discord. Like I know we have to, but like sometimes I don't know.
On occasion. On occasion.
I like. It shouldn't be like a repeat. Like sometimes, like if we don't.
It'll just be an
I like
occasional
sitting
thing.
with y'all.
Well, the good thing is
I
that
like
at
the
least your
circle.
mic quality will be better.
Yeah.
Slowly, we'll give everybody the exact same microphone.
I have
Yep, yep.
one.
Alright,
Every
now-
single
I could bring
person
mine
gets
like
to
next
know.
time. We have I've got
You're
a couple.
coming over next time?
Oh yeah, never
We'll,
mind.
we'll
Sorry.
We'll text Max like next episode.
They're saying
I just have the
guess-
exact same
I
mic.
guess we did more over
It's fine,
Discord,
you
is
can
what we were
come
saying.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
because
will-
this picks
I will-
up enough.
This picks
but
up very well.
I will not
It
delete
wouldn't
this
hurt to
because I
have
no use
mics
for it.
from the
Awesome.
several characters.
Yes,
Save
but
for
also
history.
then
That'd
we
be so
would get
complicated.
background noise of each other in the room.
No, that's good.
That's
what we
just
want
called
sometimes.
editing, but
Yeah.
Adjusting volume.
Sometimes we say some banger like side things.
and it's just
Yeah.
not picked up.
Yeah.
Because like I know the quality of these at least.
Yeah.
You
It's
should
not.
do other
It's not the
episodes.
best, but it's also not the worst.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
gotta-
a good middle ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for the price point, it's really nice.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Like
should have used Evan's mic.
we could have.
That's just
We
like
could have
there.
tried it.
Does yours have a little sock on it?
I have to have a
A
cover.
sock?
Uh,
A spit cover?
Suck.
A
it
noise
doesn't, but
filter?
I have
We
a
need
pop
one for
filter.
Phil.
I just have a
when he chomps
freaking
into the
a
microphone.
literal sock over mine with
That's
a hole
fine.
in
Get the
it.
ring out of your mouth.
Phil, you're gonna choke.
You're gonna
That's
choke
not
to
for your
death.
mouth.
Me gonna choke on a Twizzler.
You gonna
Aw.
choke?
In your mouth.
That's different.
You guys just kids.
Wait,
It feels nice.
you both had it in your mouth?
It's my ring.
It's smooth.
Stop putting it in your mouth. Just
Why not?
wear it. It's
Why
not
did
that
we
hard.
put things that were in each other's mouths in our
You're a
mouths?
prude.
Hell yeah.
Just because I won't pee with you on the phone doesn't mean I'm
Listen.
I do it either. Gavin yells at me. He's like,
Not
take me
in
with
succession,
you.
not at the same time.
I just imagine like, oh, can I? Yeah.
No.
Sharing gum. Fighting over like dogs.
Okay.
Oh yeah, last night.
We
on
gonna end
my
this
birthday.
episode of
One more
the
dream.
podcast?
Last night on my birthday, I had to stay
Phil, I'm getting
half
tired.
an hour
I
later
saw
than
that.
expected at the high school
Oh yeah, because they just kept getting.
because the basketball game that I was doing pep band for had 3 overtimes for the first time in like 10 years.
Airbus showed up.
Just
Yeah,
to-
they lost. They lost because the enemy team held the ball.
The
for
enemy
3
team.
Yeah,
The enemy
well,
team.
yeah, for
Ah.
3 minutes straight, and then just did a free throw
Wow.
Bro.
at the last second.
That's
It was annoying.
Yeah, that's so
Anyways.
annoying.
And that concludes today's episode. Tune in next time to see what Ashley's topic will be,
We
and
will
if it's
see.
a banger or not.
We will see. It'll be a good one, I promise. And if not, I will be publicly executed
We will kill you on the
January 16th, 2046.
Oh, okay.
That's a
That's a
long
way
way
to-
away.
Someone write
Wait to
that
give
down.
yourself some time.
Well, I have to be incarcerated first. They won't catch me.
Then you gotta wait on the trial. It's
Yeah, it's a very lengthy process.
Anyway,
Has anybody ever seen Luck of the Irish? You talking about basketball? You can just fade out while I'm talking about Luck of the Irish.
No, gamers out, and then Phil go, and then I go.
Gamers?
No,
Get
Phil.
a game.
Gamers be
Get
gay.
your goo and get games.
Gamers.
No, Phil.
Gamers get good.
Out. Like
No,
and
Phil has to
subscribe.
say it.
no,
Phil!
I'm the host.
Gamers out.
Gamers out!
Gamers log off.
Like and subscribe.
This is the worst outro. Hello, everybody. My name is
Hello there.
Hello.
That's how we
My name
edit.
is
Phil,
Mark.
Phil normally screams gamers out, and then I go gamers log off.
Gamers
and then
gay.
he says no, and then Ashley says like and subscribe, and then it fades
Gamers
out.
got a game.
Gamers be gay.
Gamers be lamers.
Queer.
You're flying away. You're flying away.
The concrete.
Wait. 9/11.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was gonna be 9/11.
He committed 9/11. He did it.
Test.
Uh-oh.
Test.
Can you see it?
Testing.
Test.
Wally.
Wally, I'll kill you.
Wally, come here.
Test.
There you go.
Ah!
Johnny Test.
Ah!